Since we are doing a hybrid today, we also want the children who we have had the opportunity to have with us since morning to come back to the stage and interact for about 10 minutes building robots. And somebody who is associated with Revolution Robotics in the US is here to give us an idea regarding how we can work with children in a way that will make them get interested in science and technology early enough to be able to make a huge difference with it. So Balaji, if you're here with your great scientists, budding scientists, can we have you on stage?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you, everyone. I am glad to be given this privilege. My name is Bolaji Adesoye. I'm a software engineer cum teacher. I'm a Microsoft certified educator and I have a physical sciences. So I want to talk to you about robotics education, the benefits and the challenges we have been facing so far. Yes, I've been privileged young people to build robots in different environments, in schools, in communities, in organizations, and I must tell you the truth. It is a beautiful thing to see these young people creating things, building things. Surprise you that something that takes you a long time to learn, you teach these children once and they grab it. They are so fantastic. However, we have challenges. We have some challenges. We have overcome some and we are still working so hard to overcome the others. So let me quickly go over the robots. What are they and what is robotics? So robotics is actually an interdisciplinary science and engineering dedicated to the design, construction, and use of mechanical robots. So in robotics, we actually end up bringing together different fields of science and engineering together. At the end of the day, children end up learning electrical construction, they end up learning mechanical construction, and also they end up programming at the end of the day. So this field deals with robot design, the engineering and the operation. You see, these children are not only going to build robots, they are also going to code them. They are going to write programs that will make the robots do automated tasks. So a robot is an automated machine that can execute tasks with little or no human intervention. There was a time they built a robot with obstacle avoidance, and when the robot is approaching an obstacle, it reverses, and several other things that the robot can do, even without the children being around to tell it. They have pre-programmed it. So it is a beautiful thing looking at these children and getting wonderful results. However, like I said, we have challenges, and it's not only peculiar to Nigeria. In this part of the world, we have a lot of engineering graduates being turned out by our universities that can't really do what they are born to learn. And I think one of the reasons is because, not only because they university, sometimes even the high schools, the primary schools, they have not been exposed to a lot of these things. Yes, even in the primary schools, in the high schools, all they do is to solve maths. And what everybody is after is to come out with 7 A's in WAEC. There's no bridge, actually, or let me say the bridge between the academic environment and the industry. is actually broken. So we have this challenge of people graduating every year, but still they can't solve our problems. They can't solve problems for us. All we see is papers, all we see is academic researches. We don't have solutions to our problem. Recently, we just heard that our grid crashed again, and there's not been light everywhere. Yes, this is because we have incompetent people that probably have distinctions, that probably graduated with first class at the helms of our affairs. They are incompetent. It is not magic. If they are competent, the system will work. Yeah, so what does robotics education offer us? At a very young age, the children can start interfacing with fields like electrical engineering. You can see them, they are already doing teamwork together, coupling electrical parts and making them move. Already they are interfacing with mechanical engineering. They are bringing solutions. They are writing codes. So we in Revolution Robotics, we have a language called Bitly that the children actually use to couple to actually write the program. It's just like your Scratch. Yes, it's like Scratch, and it's a GUI programming language. It's a graphical user interface programming language. So the children don't have to be bogged with all the scripts and all that. No, they can write it, and our interpreter can interpret it into the scripts that the devices or the machine will eventually understand. So we are introducing coding to them using graphical user interfaces at a very young age. Some of them don't even know that they are coding already. Some of them don't know the complex things they are absorbing already. So in Revolution Robotics, we are bringing these complex things that they would have otherwise gone to learn for the first time in the university. We are bringing it to them at a very young age, and they are absorbing these things playfully, and they are doing great exploits. Yes, so what are the benefits of having the robots around us? Yeah, so the robots have been doing wonderful things around us. Yesterday I saw a canteen somewhere abroad where they are serving food, where it is robots that is attending to customers' orders. You place an order on the robot, it goes to get the food for you, it comes to deliver the food for you, and afterwards it comes to deliver water for you and all that. Also, it is very applicable in agriculture. So robotics is just the future. I must let you know that. In the future, we would not have to be doing manual things. We have to sit down and let the robots do. It's very applicable in agriculture. It's very applicable in medicine. So because of the precision with which robots work, they don't make mistakes. They don't miscalculate. If you tell them to cut tissue a millimeter long or to make a millimeter cut on a tissue, they do exactly that. There's no human error with robots. They are very, very applicable also in finance. Yes, you can write or build neural networks and train them on accounting principles, and in a very short time they deliver tasks that humans would have delivered in a longer time, and they don't make mistakes with calculations, just like your computers don't make mistakes with your calculations. All you just have to do is to teach the robots what they do, and they will deliver perfectly for you. I can go on counting the fields in which we have employed robotics. I can go on counting areas where we have in high hazard industries where humans should not be interfacing so often because of the hazards. We deploy robots to go and take up the tasks, and they solve the problems. Another benefit of having these children learn robotics, as you can see them, they are already working in teams. So most of the challenges we have in the industry is we have graduates that are very intelligent, but they can't work in teams. They don't understand what it is to work in teams. But as you can see, these children already, they are already learning how to build things in a team. You couple the brain with the motors. Let me wire the RJ45 to the other motor. Let us handle this side of the robot. You handle the other side, and we couple it together so we have a mirror image of the other side. and we get sound results. So these are organizations that are already using robotics. Yeah, in the finance industry, most of us have used PayPal, Blue Prism, BNY Mellon, a lot of them in the US and in other parts of the world. They are already engaging robots, and not only moving robots. Some of those softwares that you use, they are actually soft robots that you don't know. They study your behavior and they give you offers based on what they have learned you do or what they have seen you do afterwards. We call it artificial intelligence. They learn your behaviors, they create or they use algorithms that have been written in them, and they create patterns, and they attend to you the other time based on what they have learned or they have seen you do. However, we are still lagging behind the rest of the world. We are still not catching up with the rest of the world. We still have challenges. One of the challenges are resistance from the education system. So working to the primary school, probably a government, most often we have challenges introducing robotics to government primary schools or government schools. They tell you it is not a WAEC subject. The children learn it. The children don't even have time on their timetable to learn the subjects that will be tested in WAEC. We want to bring robotics. We don't have the time for that. That is terrible. The children are not learning to pass WAEC. Children should be learning to solve problems. There should be a bridge between academics or academia and the industry. But terribly, these policies are made so terribly that it is only papers or subjects that are tested in the general exams that are allowed to be taught in those schools. However, we are making progress with private schools and with some few government schools. They are bringing us the system, and the children are really, really enjoying having us around. Also, we lack partnerships lack of partnerships with the essential stakeholders. Yes. So another challenge we have is we found it difficult to bring in, I don't know, probably because of the volatility of the Nigerian economy. We found it difficult to bring in stakeholders to partner with the schools. They don't want to invest their money. Probably they don't want to invest their dollar because the naira is very, very volatile. We have challenges bringing in partners. Then poor electricity supply, that is another issue. You can see this, we have to charge them overnight before we can bring them here this morning. And a lot of times you want to do stuff, you have ideas, you want to build things, but your robot battery is down. Yes, these are the challenges we have been facing. And then inadequate budgetary allocation is another thing. Yes. So especially with the government schools, the allocations for technology is always inadequate. We have so little allocated to technology such that at the end of the day we can't cater for things like this. Yeah, we still must do more. We should not consider the fact that there are challenges. We should look at the bright end of things and we should do more. Because robotics education will hone our children's coding skills. Before they know what is happening, they are already coding, they are building applications that are solving great problems. Also, they are learning problem-solving skills. They are solving problems. They are not just passing WAEC. They are not just getting 7A1. They are solving problems. They are creating stuffs. They are building things that solve problems. And they are developing the skills for tomorrow. They are developing the skills for tomorrow. Yeah, thank you very much. I am from Revolution Robotics. Revolution Robotics is a robotic company in the US. We are not only a company, a robotic company, we are actually a foundation. And we are here to partner with schools. We are here to partner with organizations to bring robotics education to our schools. So we have our robotics kits. You can check them at the end of the day. And we also supply instructors. We supply instructors, and we have communities where your children can learn to build and to program robots. Thank you very much. My name is Mobolaji Adesoye. I had a BSc from IFE, and I am a Microsoft certified educator. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bolaji. Let's put our hands together for the children. If you noticed, They were very engrossed in what they were doing. Yeah, they don't even want to leave the stage. That's what education should be. Education that is engaging, learning that is engaging. You see? You mean they did all that while you were talking? Embology? You mean they got all this sorted out while you were talking?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see. They are enjoying it. So we shouldn't be sending children to school just to go and acquire a certificate. They should be solving practical problems. Coming back to you, that's the kind of thing you were emphasizing. And this is where they are in the UK, that's where they are in Finland, that's where they are in Denmark. You don't need a certificate to build this. If you can solve problems and you don't have certificate, we are better off as a society than having certificate and you're not solving problems. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't have a first degree. He is the one that has made it possible for us to gather here. And several others. We are not saying people shouldn't go for degree. We should. I do have mine. But if you have, make sure you also have the capacity to solve practical problems. Can we put our hands together for those young people? And then can the director of the Joyland Schools go and please appeal to these children that even though you're enjoying what you're doing, let adults come on stage now and do their own thing. Thank you very much.